Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had the best new year. Mine was interesting, let's just say that. But yes, I'm in my living room. I'm also in my dressing gown. It is freezing in my house. It is literally Baltic. I don't know why. It just never ever gets warm in here. I just don't get it. We have the heating on like all the time and it never gets hot. So we're always freezing. So yeah, I'm filming in my dressing gown. I hope you don't mind, but it's still hanging from New Year, so it's fine. It's fine. Also, me and the Fringe aren't talking. For real, we aren't talking. It's stressing me out. It doesn't do what I want. It doesn't behave properly. I've literally had to quiff it back. But yes, anyway, onto the video. New Year's resolutions. Every year, everyone bangs on about New Year's resolutions. New year, new me, and all that bollocks. So yeah, I thought I'd talk through mine and just talk a little bit about New Year. First of all, as much as we joke about this whole like new year, new me, like how cringe, fair play, because New Year really does give people like the motivation and the determination to start afresh, to make their lives better, to get rid of toxic relationships, to start a healthier life. And like, yes, it shouldn't take just like New Year to motivate people to do that, because at the end of the day it is just another year. But if that's what gets people, you know, to quit drinking, to quit eating unhealthily, fair play, fair play. So yes, I do laugh about the new year, new me as much as the next person, but you know, whatever. We all gotta do what we gotta do in this crazy life. Anyway, so yes, every year I make New Year's resolutions, and every year I don't stick to them, and every year I still make them. But I think it is good. It gives me a chance to challenge myself, to try and do something new, to try and make myself better, to try and better my lifestyle. There is something empowering about that whole like clean slate, new year, new chances. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there is. I'm sure we can all relate to that. This year is potentially quite a big year for me. I'll be graduating uni, so that's kind of daunting because I've literally been in education my whole life and I'm like, now what? So when I set myself some New Year's resolutions, I wanted to try and look back on like 2018 and kind of what maybe I wished I hadn't done, or maybe like, you know, things I wished I hadn't said, or just things like that. I just tried to look at like, you know, the sort of low points of 2018, and not in a way to like, you know, blame myself or kind of get really depressed about it, but just in a way to see like, well, what do I want to change about me? What do I want to make healthier and better, and you know, to really improve my life and the people around me. So I looked back at 2018 and I basically decided a few things. So number one, Veganuary. I do Veganuary. I did it last year. Really enjoyed it. Kept it going pretty much up until the summer, and then it flaked massively. I have a bit of a shit relationship with food, so the second I just started letting bad stuff into my diet, it was like it all went out the window, and yeah, I've just kind of started picking it back up again. January was approaching and I was just like, yeah, I need to get back to it. I love it. I loved being vegan. Don't get me wrong, it is really hard at times, especially when you love, like I loved meat. And I used to eat a lot of junk, which obviously contains like a lot of meat and dairy. So it is difficult, but the results are amazing. Last January, I literally lost like a stone, just over a stone. And it was so nice because people really noticed, and that was so nice too. I didn't tell everyone that I was like, because I wasn't trying to lose weight, I was just trying to like be vegan. I saw a girl that I hadn't seen since November, and I saw her at the end of January, and she didn't know. She didn't know I was being vegan or anything, and she was literally like, oh my gosh, you look tiny. And it was so good, like, you know, when you're trying to lose a bit of weight or you're trying to get a bit healthy and someone compliments you, but they know, and you kind of think like, oh, have you just said that because like you know that I'm trying to lose the weight? Whereas like for someone to say it who didn't even know, I was like, oh yeah, I actually am. Like, it's not just my imagination, or it's not just like my girlfriend trying to be like really nice to me. So that was so good. I just felt the health benefits. Like, I felt less tired, I felt less drained, I definitely felt like less upset tummy, less like bloatedness. Yeah, I just felt better. Like, I can't explain it. I just felt like more energized, and my girlfriend said the exact same thing as well. So that was really nice. And aside from that, like, I know that eating animals is wrong. Like, I know it is in my heart, and I know that, you know, the whole meat and dairy industry is so basically. It's inhumane. It's inhumane, and it's so sad that we put our taste buds above what's right. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's really hard because obviously we've been fed meat and dairy since we were teeny babies. It's completely normalized to us, you know, and I think that's what's really important to recognize, is that it is really normalised. We have been told for years and years that it is okay. So it can be really overwhelming to even consider like changing your diet or cutting out meat or cutting out dairy. You know, it's not very convenient. It's not easy unless you've done your research. It can be really unhealthy and dangerous if you haven't done your research also. My mum mentioned to me when I was at home that they'd said on the radio, good old mum still listens to the radio. I actually love the radio. Some health specialists and some doctors had been really worried about the sort of ongoing fad of being vegan, because there was suddenly a lot of people who weren't doing their research and were just cutting everything out of their diet, and then they're having an unhealthy diet and they're eating badly. You do have to do your research, you do have to replace your stuff, you do have to make sure you're getting plenty of like iron from beans and stuff. You can't just cut out all meat and all dairy. Just eating like veg and salad and fruit isn't good for you over a long span of time. You need to understand where you can get all the nutrients from, but that isn't to say that you can't do that, and that isn't to say that it's better to get those nutrients or whatever from meat and from dairy, because at the end of the day it isn't. There's so much fat and just horrible stuff that comes with eating meat and dairy that nobody needs in their bodies. So yeah, it's so important to do your research, so important. But I think I just feel like I need to know in life what's right and wrong, and I have very black and white opinions of like what is right and what is wrong. I'm not saying that that's a good thing at all. It ruins my life sometimes, and other times I'm really thankful that I'm like that. But it's true, and I basically decided that I didn't agree with the slaughter of animals, and I didn't agree that there was a humane way to kill an animal, and I didn't agree with the dairy industry, and I didn't agree with that we should as humans be putting our taste buds or thinking that we're superior to animals. So basically, once I'd made that decision, it made me very hard to eat meat and dairy, because I felt horrendously guilty every single time. And yeah, so that's kind of what's led me to start Veganuary again. It makes me try new food, it makes me, you know, try new recipes, and people probably think like, oh, what do you even eat? Like, you can't eat this and you can't eat that, but like I literally have 4 recipe books at home, and they're full of like the most amazing foods. Most food that you can get meat, you can either get a substitute or you can get an alternative that tastes just as good. There's so many things that I tried when I was vegan, that even when I started, you know, eating meat and junk again, that I just preferred totally. Like, oh my goodness, Linda McCartney vegan sausages, they are amazing. The rosemary and red onion ones, they are actually to die for. But yeah, anyway, I'm not here to preach at all. I do enough of that without meaning to, so I'm not meaning to, but if you want any kind of tips, or you're thinking about trying it, like even if you just did it 1 day a week, that's better than nothing. It's really good for the planet. You know, meat can be really unhealthy for you, especially so much of what kind of, I suspect, my age group eats, which is like non-organic stuff. It can be really bad for you, really fatty, really full of salt, and I'm in no way skinny, so I'm not trying to judge anyone, because I can't talk, but yeah, if anyone wants any tips, any sort of advice, any like, you know, information, then please just, you know, comment or like message me, whatever. My second New Year's resolution is definitely to start letting shit go. I am rubbish at letting things go. I don't know what it is. I've tried so hard. I try so hard every time I have an altercation. I try so hard every time someone pisses me off. I'm just not very good at letting things go. But like, you know, when you've been so hurt by someone, you just think, if I shut up about this and just move on, you're gonna get away with it and think that that's okay. But that frame of mind, it gets me into a lot of trouble because I feel the need to like do you know what I mean, like tell everyone about their arse basically. And yeah, sometimes people do need it, but I would like to learn to keep my mouth shut a bit more and to let things go that don't matter. I don't know why I'm like this. I really hate it, I do, but I just can't help it. Like, you know, it's just it's what's inside of me. And yeah, and some people love me for it, totally, and that's great, but I think I would just like to be more calm. I would just like to feel more calm, more, I don't even know, I just want to be more at peace with like the world and with people, so that when someone does something that upsets me or that hurts me or hurts someone I love, that instead of getting really irate about it and just causing further damage, that I can just like let it go. Like, I don't know how people do that. It's so amazing. If you're really good at that, please hit me up, because that is something I notice is like a genuine flaw in me, and that is something I want to be better at. I mean, there's a time I love that I'm such a caring person, I do, but I do care way too much about some shit. And yeah, I've just had a text from Domino's. I wish, baby. No, I don't. Okay, so another New Year's resolution of mine is to be more tidy. My girlfriend's probably watching this like, yes, oh my god, I can be so messy. It's dreadful. I just tear my room apart, and I'm doing makeup, it's everywhere, clothes everywhere, got about 10 different outfits everywhere. I want to cut down on the stuff I have. I do not need the amount of stuff that I have. I want to chuck it all out and start again. So yeah, so that's really a resolution. Having said that, I know full well that we are 3 days into January and my clothes are definitely upstairs in a pile on the floor. However, yeah, I'll get to that. My girlfriend is so organised. She's literally on top of it, like that. It makes her life so much easier, so much less stressful, and I'm so lazy. I will literally just be like, yeah, whatever, I'll sort it, and then I don't, and then I'm in a mess, and I just think, oh my god, Lauren, you could have sorted this, you could have saved yourself all this aggro, and you didn't. Is that what we're on now for? Number 4, I need to save. Big time. I'm rubbish at saving. If anyone's got any tips on saving, please help. I just like spending my money too much. It's a hard life. Why can't I just be rich? Why can't I just like be like a trust fund baby, or like have a huge inheritance? Maybe I'll just go on the dole. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, so another one is to defo save. So like I can get my life in order. I want to be able to save and like, you know, buy nice furniture and like go around IKEA, not even IKEA, but like Next. Imagine being able to shop at Next for your furniture. Or even nicer than Next. I don't know where's nicer than Next. Laura Ashley maybe? That'd be so nice. And finally, my last New Year's resolution is to continue with YouTube. I really enjoy it, even if like everyone hates my videos. I love it so much. I love editing. I really want to be able to put out content like each week. I'm not good at anything. I can't do makeup. I can't do, you know, fashion hauls or whatever, but I just really enjoy just making stupid videos, doing stupid shit, coming here and talking about stuff that's important, and I'm determined not to give it up. Please remember to set yourself reasonable New Year's resolution goals. Don't push yourself too hard, and don't be defeated if you don't complete them or you don't do them. Like, it's okay, it's just good to have an idea of what you want to aim for. So yeah. But I hope you all had an amazing New Year. I was supposed to have a Christmas video up, but it just hasn't happened. I've beat myself up about it, I've got upset about it, but at the end of the day, technology is not my best friend right now, and I don't know how to use it. Everything's just pissing me off. Maybe if I can get it sorted in the next week, I'll get it up, but after that, it's gonna be a bit like, okay, it's April, and yep, you're posting a Christmas video. But yeah. those are my New Year's resolutions. If anyone has any advice and tips for me, then please hit me up. But I hope you'll have a lovely rest of your day. And yeah, thanks for watching.